Hi everyone and welcome to the Timeless History channel with me, Deric, aka Sal, the Omega Enthusiast. This channel mainly focuses on vintage Omega watches. However, I occasionally review and share other brands, some of which may fascinate you or make you consider adding them to your watch hunting bucket list. This is Watch Review Episode 6, where I will share 8 more interesting vintage watches. So without further ado, let's begin this episode. If you enjoy content like this, the description box below will have links to the previous 5 episodes. This first piece is an extremely rare HY Moser dead or jumping second vintage watch from the late 1950s. I originally wanted to own this watch because of its unique dial design. Still, it became a must-have piece in my collection after learning about the ticking second hand, similar to a Rolex Truebeat, which I hope one day I can get my hands on, or the Omega Synchrobeat, which I've made an entire video covering it. The dial on this piece is truly majestic. I like the dial because it makes a nice companion with my Omega St. Christopher. There are other dial variations, but the Hunter with rifle version is the most attractive. This brand was founded in 1828 and is still in business, producing high-end luxury watches. I will leave a link in the description box below if you want to learn more about the brand's history. What can I say? I'm thrilled to own this timepiece. It has a decent case size for a vintage watch, measuring 35.2 millimeters across, excluding the crown, by 42.5 millimeters from lug to lug. The hands are painted, so it's easier to read the time. I love history and art, and when it comes to a wristwatch, I prefer manual wind over automatic wind. This watch checks all the boxes. Here is another watch brand with a rich history that still produces watches today. This is a 1960s bar official standard Trainmaster automatic railroad watch. There are several case versions of the bar Trainmaster watch. However, you seldom see the automatic version with the twisted, often referred to as Bombay lugs, case design. You commonly see the automatic version in the beefy lug or C cases. I wonder whether the Girard Genta Universal Geneve Polarouter case inspired this case. If anyone knows, please comment below. Bar watch is famous for its railroad watches. These watches have a distinct white dial with large Arabic numerals that allow you to read the time easily. The red sweeping second hand is also an important distinction of these watches. Whether the watch is manual wind or automatic, an important feature is the hack set second, where the second hand will pause when the crown is pulled out. Case diameter measures 34.3 millimeters, excluding the crown, by 42.6 millimeters from lug to lug. Eterna introduced an automatic timepiece bearing the Kontiki name in 1958. And it remains one of Eterna's most iconic and collectible timepieces today. Here is a version with the date feature dating to 1960. It is a first generation Kontiki under reference 130T. For a vintage watch, it is considered relatively large, with a case diameter measuring 36.8 millimeters, excluding the crown, by 45.2 millimeters from lug to lug. Eterna was one of the few watch manufacturers of the day to have truly mastered watch case watertightness. This is a date version of the Kontiki, powered by a caliber 1424U automatic movement. The solid steel case is like the dilated version of the bar Trainmaster case. It is a great watch and still budget friendly. I highly recommend one any day if someone wants a good water resistant watch. Here's a vintage Cartier Pre-Must produced from 1973 to 1976 under reference 15716. It was part of a small collection released transiently, making it a collectible timepiece today. The unique triple-step overcase gives this watch that classy, distinctive Cartier look. This Cartier is also an excellent match for someone with an eccentric fashion style. Cartier made 3 versions of this watch to accommodate 3 distinct markets: New York, Paris, and London, each with its unique reference number. So while the Paris and London references produced an estimated 5,000 pieces each, this New York version only had an estimated 2,500. The 14K gold-plated brass alloy case measures 27.6 millimeters across, excluding the crown, by 37.8 millimeters from lug to lug. The case lug width is 17 millimeters. If you watch episode 4, I featured the smaller version of this watch under reference 25716. The Roman hour index are gilt, meaning gold printed on, not to mention that this is a manual wind watch. Some of the best timepieces from the 19th and 20th century are made in the United States, including one of the biggest American watch manufacturer brands, Elgin, found in 1864 in Illinois. Watch number 5 is a 1952 Elgin Shockmaster under reference 6754. Similar to a vintage Omega watch, knowing the movement serial number will allow you to date your Elgin watch online. This Shockmaster is resistant to shock, water, and dust, which is likely why it remains immaculate after all these years. The stainless steel case measures 32 millimeters across, excluding the crown, by 39 millimeters from lug to lug. I really like this piece's unique stepped case design and those fancy lugs. The manual wind movement is in Elgin caliber 687 with 17 jewels. There are many Elgin watch collectors. Are you one of them? The 6th watch is a 1954 Bulova Ivanhoe. Many vintage Bulova models' names are not printed on the dial. Bulova is also an American watch manufacturer found in 1875. However, it has been owned by Citizen Watch Company since 2008. Bulova is known for its quality and beautiful Art Deco timepieces, but it is probably best known for its Accutron watches. I really like this piece for its exquisite fancy case design, which gives great aesthetic pleasure. The 10K gold-plated case measures 21 millimeters across, excluding the crown, by 36 millimeters from lug to lug. Bulova creates and manufactures its own in-house movement, and most Bulova watches are affordable. This simple manual wind watch is powered by a Bulova caliber 8 BA 17 jewel movement. This is truly a classy watch. What is there not to love about it? At the end of the 1960s, from 1968 to 1969, Hamilton introduced one of its last date feature watches from the decade. This piece under reference A-586, known as the Dateline model. You can see a 1970 design beginning to take shape on this watch. The oval, solid steel case has a rubber gasket that goes around the crystal, and it is there as part of the model's design to accompany the hour markers and hands. Has nothing to do with the crystal. From years of collecting vintage watches, whenever you see the hands are luminescent, the hour markers should also be, and vice versa. However, looking at this Hamilton watch, only the hands carry luminescent. After working on this timepiece, I've learned something new. The luminous paste is applied under the edge of each hour marker. You cannot see them directly, but they are on the side. The automatic movement is a Hamilton caliber 64A. The case measures 34.3 millimeters across, excluding the crown, by 38.3 millimeters from lug to lug. Watch number 8 is one of the nicest 1960s Wakmann triple-day chronographs I've encountered. It is truly stunning and in outstanding overall condition. The reference is 1309, the uncommon version of the Wakmann triple date chronograph carrying a Voisin 723 movement. Wakmann was historically closely associated with Breitling, acting as their primary US importer, so it is a good quality timepiece, and that is why you can see a similarity between the two brands. This piece is attractive and sought after by collectors because of its alluring reverse penta dial. It's a watch with complicated functions, including a triple date combination and a chronograph feature. It is definitely not an easy timepiece for a watchmaker to work on, but the finished result is very rewarding. This watch looks absolutely exquisite on the wrist. It measures 37 millimeters across, excluding the crown, by 46 millimeters from lug to lug. So the bottom pusher to the left allows you to quick set the date. The month is not perpetual, and you must manually change it by pressing the top left pin pusher. The day of the week will only change once every 24 hours. As always, I hope you have learned something new. Comment below your favorite piece in this video and share a watch brand you own or like. It may get featured in a future episode. If you enjoy learning more about vintage watches and content like this, consider subscribing to this channel. You can always support my work on Patreon. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the following video.